Good afternoon, grade 7. Today we are looking at flora and fauna of the Virgin Islands. So generally our objective is to identify the flora and fauna of the Virgin Islands and tell which are indigenous and which are imported. This is what I want you to get for this lesson. So get your bottle of water, get a pen and a paper, and put those shoes on your feet. Okay, so everybody should be ready now for a little activity. So you're going to take 5 minutes and you're going to run outside, look around, and make a list of all the animals and plants that you see. Remember, you have to look for the ones that are crawling, the ones that are flying, the ones that might be walking around. Also, pay close attention to the different types of plants that you have around you. So you're observing the animals and the plants within your surroundings. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen a lot of different plants and a lot of different animals. So what I want us to focus on is these three main terms for our lesson, which are flora, and flora simply means plants, those same plants that you were outside there observing. So flora means plants, and your fauna means animals. Indigenous now, this might sound like a big word. So indigenous, this means something that is originating or living and occurring naturally in an area or environment. So indigenous will be those animals and plants that are native to the Virgin Islands. And we will look at some of these in a second. Now, if I was supposed to ask you what is the national flora of the Virgin Islands, what would you see? Well, your response is supposed to be the white cedar. Now, the white cedar flower is a national flower of the Virgin Islands, and the national tree of the Virgin Islands is a white cedar tree. Now, remember we said that plants, they are also referred to as flora. On this slide, the image that is in front of you, it is known as the mourning dove or the turtle dove. And the turtle dove is a national bird of the Virgin Islands. Okay, so the national fauna of the Virgin Islands is the turtle dove. Please remember that. Let's look at fauna. So we're looking at the imported fauna and the indigenous faunas. Now these are only some of them. So some of the imported fauna are hen, rooster, quail, rats, mongoose. Now, what does the word imported means? When we importing something, we actually bringing something in. So these imported fauna would be those animals that were brought in from outside of the Virgin Islands. Let's look at the indigenous. Earlier, we said that indigenous means those things that are occurring in our environment naturally, or those things that are actually native to the Virgin Islands. They originated in the Virgin Islands. Like if we are talking about the indigenous people, we are talking about those people that were here in the BVI from the beginning. All right. In civics, you guys will talk about native BVI Islanders or native Virgin Islanders. So when we talk about the native Virgin Islanders, we're talking about those people that were born in the BVI, the parents, the grandparents were also born in the Virgin Islands. So we call those indigenous BVI Islanders. So because they are native to the Virgin Islands. All right. They weren't brought in from another Caribbean country. They're actually native to the Virgin Islands. So native, remember again, your native will be your indigenous fauna. And your imported fauna would be those that you brought in from some other country into the BVI. So examples of these indigenous fauna would have are we have the turtle dove because we know the turtle dove is the national fauna of the Virgin Islands. We have things like frogs, ants, mosquitoes. Okay, these are just some examples. So what you can do, you can look at my list and you can do some further research and you can add to the list. All right, because these are only a few I am giving to you. All right, flora. Remember, flora is also known as your plants. And we have a list of imported floras and a list of indigenous floras. Now, for some of our imported floras, we have sorrel, tamarind, mango, sugar cane. All right, and I know you guys probably love to drink your little sorrel juice or your tamarind with your little mango, and then we have your indigenous floras. Those are the ones that are actually native to the Virgin Islands, like your white cedar tree, cassava, corn, squash, tobacco. Now, tobacco is no longer cultivated and grown in the Virgin Islands. So, but it was before there was the sugar revolution. But later on, further in probably in like in your grade 9, you will look at this like your sugarcane revolution. All right, but just please know that tobacco was also cultivated in the Virgin Islands. Never mind, it's not. You can see it today. All right. Please know that the waters of the Virgin Islands are filled with fish because and you can attest to this because a lot of you probably you go fishing, whether it's to get to catch fish for food or just for game, just as a leisurely activity. All right, and we also know that our natural resource in the Virgin Islands is salt. We have our salt islands. Sooner or later, you might be taken on a field trip and then you'll have the opportunity to stop over at Salt Island if you haven't done this already. And then you will get a chance to actually feel the natural salt. What else I want you to remember that your imported, those plants and animals that were imported, they were imported because there was a need to supplement our diet. Okay, because what was in the BVI, it was not enough. So if we don't have enough, we have to get it from somewhere else. So that's why there was a need to actually import those flora and fauna. Today, our industries in the Virgin Islands include our tourist industries, financial services, agriculture, and fishing. Now, in your tourist sector, there majority of the persons are actually employed in the tourist sector, but financial services contribute more to our national GDP. It brings in more revenue. All right, that's why right now you will realize that a lot of persons they are out of jobs because due to the pandemic, the tourist sector is not doing that well because people cannot move around like how they were moving before. Tourists are not coming to the Virgin Islands. So those of us that have our parents that are employed in the tourist sector, whether they're doing taxi service or they might be cooking at a restaurant, they might be doing waitress, working in the yachting industry and things like that, is not up and running like before. So the tourist sector is not doing that well right now. Okay, so but these are our industries that we have today in our British Virgin Islands. So to wrap it up, remember today we were looking at flora and fauna of the Virgin Islands. And remember we said that your flora means plants and your fauna means animal. So I do hope that you did learn something new. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.